I'm Aaron Morgan with ODOT Instant Response out of District 5. What I look for when I'm coming up to a crash on a scene of an incident like this, first thing I'm looking for is who else is on scene, if I'm the first one or if other agencies are on. If I am the first one, I'm looking for patients and injuries first and foremost. Second, I'm looking for any spillage or any leakage that's going to affect waterways or on the roadway for a hazmat situation. If I am the first on scene, I'm going to be giving a scene assessment to my dispatch, so that way we can let the appropriate agencies bring out the appropriate equipment for this scene, such as fire, medics, and law enforcement. So after I've done my initial assessment and let my dispatch and everyone know what the situation is, I'm looking at what we need to do to make sure the scene is safe and protected. If I have to take a lane, if I have to take multiple lanes, if I have to put out traffic control devices, or we're just on the shoulder, and if I'm going to have to work the incident, or if we can move the incident to a shoulder to a safer location. If there's any injuries, or if there's any sign of criminal activity such as impairment, drivers left the scene, maybe person acting kind of funny, wait for law enforcement to get there, wait for EMS to get there, and just protect the scene as best you can until more resources arrive, whether it be take a lane or multiple lanes. If you're coming to assist an incident responder or someone who is on scene, get them on the radio, find out what they need, if they need you on scene, if they need you at the back of the queue of traffic, and what you need to run or where you need to be so you can provide safety for those responders at the scene and help keep secondaries from happening at the back of the queue. If everyone's trying to take the A lane still and you're on the shoulder, it's still going to be the same amount of backup whether I have the lane or not. So we generally, if it's me, I generally like to keep traffic in both lanes moving as much as possible. When they get up to speed, that's when it's better to have them move over. If you're responding to an incident to help an incident responder or someone on scene of a crash, get in touch on the radio with that person, find out what they need, where they need you, and if you have a message board, what sign they want you to run. Then if you are going through the scene to get to another destination, just remember the move over law. Give them space, please. Please don't add to the problem. If you're going through a crash scene, please be courteous and respectful to the agencies and responders out on that incident. Please give us the space we need to manage that incident as safely as possible so you and everyone on scene gets home safely. So part of managing the scene is to move the vehicle out of the roadway into a safer location for recovery. If you are going to do that, or if I'm going to do that, you need to get in touch with law enforcement to make sure there's no criminal activity. Going to move the vehicle, get in touch with law enforcement and make sure they are good and you have the approval to move the vehicle out of the roadway so you do not mess with their investigation. Once you have approval to move the vehicle from law enforcement, you want to know what kind of car you're dealing with and where your hook points are going to be at. A lot of these cars are coming with more plastic underneath them and less hook points, so you're going to have to use the suspension components, or hopefully they have the factory hook locations at the front and rear of the vehicle. You want to hook up to where you do not have a pinch point on your chain when you try to roll it over. Before you roll it over, you need to make sure the car is in park and the parking brake on so it does not roll on you and go in a location that you did not intend. So once you have the vehicle hooked up, you want to make sure you talk to law enforcement, to everyone on scene, to make sure you clear the scene around the vehicle and so you don't have anyone walk up to the vehicle as you're trying to roll it over. Try to grab a spotter if you can. Grab law enforcement or fire before they leave and have them be your spotter to help assist you in moving this vehicle over. You're going to want to make sure the scene and everyone around you is clear from the vehicle as you move the vehicle over, so that way no one gets in the way and gets hurt. Once you have it on all four tires and it's rolled over, then you can reassess and rehook to a different location to safely pull that vehicle over to the shoulder or to the wide spot. We cover all of this in our traffic incident management training and our push-pull drag trainings. Safety is the most important thing we do here at ODOT. You're responsible for your own safety and the safety of the scene, so we all go home.